Welcome everyone back to Shadow Empire in the Steam release series, episode number 20 now. The history is pretty inconsequential. We were attacked in the east and in the west just by militia. I think it's 100 that we killed in the east and 300 in the west. Not very consequential. There's that attack, and then there's the other attack. That's it. The recycling facility, this is in Halkin, the hex itself, the city hex, so that lost its scavenge, the recycling center. Light armor core is now, the light armor is now an order of battle, which is very good. Local referendum, always like to see that, now that I know what it is. So, only recently like to see that, I guess, is the more accurate way of saying that. So yeah, we have we'll keep this turn a little bit shorter than usual. I expect, at least. We'll see if that actually happens. But I went through it. I kind of mapped it all out the way I wanted to play it. So, where to begin? Let's begin with our flowchart. Decisions first. National budget allocation. Okay, so I think I want to drop model and give to military research. Let's see, will this work? Perfect. And I want to drop interior. Or do I want to drop Supreme Command Council? What I really need to do is just swap up the Supreme Command Council priorities, but I might want to just do this instead. I wasn't sure who to take it from, and actually, in my head, I had already decided to take it from the Interior Council. But I do like what the Interior Council does, so let's take it away from Supreme Command. At least, yeah. We'll see we'll see the situation of our political points as soon as we make the switch to the Supreme Command Council's priorities. Speaking of priorities, military research. I think no change here. I'm pretty happy with it. And our next order of battle, so let me at least allow you to look through them. We have RPG infantry. Honestly, I don't use my RPG infantry like ever. I think that you would more in like multiplayer, or if you're being hard pressed by an enemy with tanks. That hasn't happened to us yet, so it doesn't apply. Mechanized light infantry and mechanized machine gun infantry. We talked about these already. Again, this big downside for me is just the fact that these trucks take... the manpower requirement doubles for a unit that is going to move in trucks or not. And I have a hard time... I think that, just from a gameplay balance standpoint, it doesn't seem right. And Gary and I have had a pleasant conversation in the YouTube comments section about each holding our own viewpoints. By the way, I have Gary's comment up from the last video. If you want to learn the game, Guardsman Gary, if you ever consider making an AAR on this game, I will follow it. Or YouTube, I don't know if you're the kind of person to create content, but Guardsman Gary is just insanely knowledgeable about this game at a level I've never seen before. Not that this game's been around for a while, but did you play Advanced Tactics Gold in like great detail or something? Because I felt like I knew Advanced Tactics Gold at the level, well, maybe not even at the level you know Shadow Empire, which is really crazy. But so, anyways, I'm gonna go with Armored Armory here. Now that you've had enough time to look at all these things, I'm really tempted to pick these mechanized heavy machine gun. Mechanized machine gun. I like the idea of them, I really do, but we don't even hurt for manpower, so that's not really the main reason I'm being persuaded to pick armored. It's mainly because I really, really love our assault gun, and Gary did give some helpful tips about the assault guns. They do take a 50% penalty to their heart attack. Now, I guess that is in combat because it doesn't show up here. So, our medium tank, was this using, it's using a howitzer. Oh, it's because the weapon design is almost half as bad. Wow. So this medium tank is just bad. I was trying to figure out why it has such worse soft attack. I see. So if this weapon design number was, if the two were even, I expect we would see something more like double the hard attack value and equal soft attack. So the Zion is a really, really good design. It's giving us amazing soft attack, but it will suffer this penalty with hard attack. Okay, so it looks like that is calculated in here, which is nice. What you see is what you get. It's not some other hidden penalty. At least I hope I understand that correctly. Guardsman Gary left a nice detailed comment, laying it all out. I read the whole thing. It's wonderful. I really do think that Gary should write the Prima guide, strategy guide for this game. All right, moving on. Again, we're trying to get done with this turn before 15 minutes, let's say. Next step is trade. Pretty simple here. I'm going to sell... I am going to sell some rare earth metals. It's selling for over 10. I don't really need to sell that many. I'm just going to sell maybe 240. That's going to give me 2,500. This is... I didn't anticipate selling 240, but there it is. We'll do that much. And I also think I'm going to buy 140 through metal. There is a very distinct justification for this. I want to get ammo. So we're running out of ammo, and I think I'll just use the 100 of that metal to buy ammunition. So we'll see how long this lasts us, because I am using artillery constantly. Yeah. Okay, so that's trade done. Did I want to buy any of these stuff? I mean, I want to make sure that our high-tech parts are... I think that this is... I'm going to get 2 more of these, believe it or not, because I am a little bit worried about the price continuing to go up. So, puts us back down to 5,000 money. Still plenty of money. As, oh gosh. Is it Bill? God, I think it's Bill. Bill was joking. Yeah, Bill was joking about how he never has money in his games. Yeah. I sometimes have problems with money. But it's like, in this game, I feel like every time I've played, it's been the same, where I struggle for money a little bit in the beginning, and then suddenly you reach a threshold where money just completely disappears as a problem. It's weird how it just totally evaporates. It's kind of the opposite that I have for political points. And I thought that the game was actually structured that way. Maybe it is. That political points becomes a little bit tighter when you're spending all these high political point cards. Speaking of that, first we got to do assets. I was going to do City Happiness. City Happiness is looking great. After paying the people more in Gagoyas, the workers are slowly becoming more happy. If we go to assets, if you didn't remember, if you haven't forgotten, or if you have forgotten, we are upgrading our demetallization too, so we have 5 rounds left of that. That's 2,500 more metal, which we obviously don't have yet, but I'm expecting that, because I think we're making around 600 metal a turn, that this will be paid for. No, I think it's 600. Why did I get that number from? We're losing 300, and it demands a 500. So we're getting, what, 200 then? If this 290 is purely based on the... Yeah, 210 is delivered from zones, and then 500 is sent to zones. Okay. I don't know what our total income is. Guess it should be 146 plus the recycling, but the recycling is actually much more. Yeah, well, of course it is. It has to be. Yeah, I think the total coming in could be around 500. Or 210? No, it's got to be more than 210. Don't sidetrack too much, but okay. 1. So that's 100. That's 200 right there. So we're at 300 already. We're at 440. Yeah, we're pretty much at 500. And that's 500 notwithstanding, not counting the 150 that this is bringing in. So yeah, we should be able to afford the 500 of this. What else? Where else is the metal going? I think that we're losing just because... I think we're losing metal just because it's trying to stockpile for the future turns that we want to build the demetallization. I don't know where else the metal would be going. I don't think that anything else is using metal and converting it. So yeah, I think we're actually in great shape, and probably what I could do is start building the demetallization plant in Gogoyas, but I'm going to play a little bit safe. I'm going to wait maybe 1 or 2 more turns for that. Okay, moving on. Strategic cards, that's what I was starting to talk about. Yeah, I don't know what cards we should be playing. In fact, I just want to kind of scan through these cards to let people know what cards I have. So I'll try to make this quick. Oh, I didn't even know I had an anti-grav. Okay, when did that happen? And we have tons of political aid trucks, which I just don't know how valuable these are. And one of my units surely has a political aid truck by now. I'll have to scan through the units when I pause to see. So at the end of this turn, I'll go look for a political aid truck. I was thinking about using the courtesan. We do have an economic council person who's a little bit low in relations. The secretary, I don't really care about them. Yeah, and almost everyone is in really high relations except, well, director of economic council is 85. It's not that low. Yeah, I don't think we have any reason to play cards right now. I don't know if we have any... what we could do is the Wargames card. I haven't done this one yet. So this looks like a win. Good. So relations improved with the commanders. An XP, huge XP increase. 300. I think my previous one was like 100 or so. And the relations with my commanders was getting a little bit lower. I mean, just going back here because even she's still only at 75, 79. Huh. I don't know. Didn't have that big of an impact, so hopefully the XP is good. Okay, so building roads. I actually do want to, well, I can't build a road. I want to build a road to help these people who are cut off, but yeah, I really don't know how to deal with this, unfortunately. They move, oh, crap. Okay, well, we found the enemy. So we'll just move up there. Wow. They didn't kill any of my units though. So it's nice of them. So artillery bombardment here. Yeah, so we aren't going to build roads, so we'll go to moving units then. Okay, let's do the bombardment. Pretty inconsequential bombardment. Should have had this unit moved in. We'll do the regular attack now. 37 to 1. It's pretty good odds. Well, we killed 2 of them. We're just going to push them back into that corner. And there it is. Right on cue. Yeah. So we'll eventually kill them and then... Okay. My units will be able to go different places. Poor militia here. I probably should have moved into the same hex. Actually, still can. We'll do it. Because, you know what? I mean, this is like high mountains. I almost just want to give this up. I'm going to move him back. Forget it. It's going to put a constraint. Or it's going to strain my supply lines. So, yeah. Let's not do that. Okay. So we can still do it if we get done with the left side quick. I'm not going to move any of these units. Well, I already premeditated that. I'm really not going to be doing anything. Here's the wolf. It's pretty good for a light tank. I think that it's just as weak as mine. So I guess it's almost exactly like my light tank. They obviously don't have armored skirts either. Do I want to attack it? No, I don't think so. I think the main thing we're going to do is bombardment, so just do bombardment, I guess. And we know that we're going to... So they might... It looks like they do have artillery in here. Do our ranged attack. Probably just going to damage the town. I don't know if we'll get any kills. We always hope. We've had no hits so far. What the hell?
Yes, sir.
Wait, what? What? What happened? Did I not have ammunition or something? I mean, ammo modifier is 84%. Huh. Well, that's weird. I don't understand what happened there at all. At all, at all. Huh. Well, I don't know. This game's a mystery sometimes. That might even be a bug. It feels like it didn't... It should have at least done... I mean, this is a strong artillery unit. It should have done something. Something. Huh. Okay, well, that's the turn. I'll just leave us in bewilderment. I'm going to go scout around for a political aid truck, and then I'll end the turn, and I'll see you back after. Well, thought I'd show it off real fast. Finally, it's the very last unit I looked at. One political aid. Of course, the last one. You always find it on the last one you look, because why would you keep looking after that? But I think it's. I only have one unit in the entire. Yeah, I only have one unit in the entire. Out of all my units, I only have one, and it's the one to the far east. So it's the last one I checked. Anyways, it's just troops they are embedded with can at most lose 25% of their readiness points during combat. I find this a mediocre one, so I'm not sure if I want to... As far as I know, units only can have 2 support roles or officer roles or unit feats, I guess they're called. And I don't know if I want to take those up with kind of like these mediocre ones. Like some units don't have anything, but I'm like, well... Is this unit going to be losing readiness in combat anyways? It's probably either just going to win or get an unlucky kill. Be killed. So, okay, well, I'll see you back. Okay, well, nothing really happened. Actually, I don't think any battles against me happened. There was a battle in the south. Against the slavers, I think. Did that not get shown? There it is. That was the very first thing. So they're still going at it down there, keeping each other busy, which I'm happy to see. And that's it. Our tank destroyer has finished. Mechanized artillery has completed. Or just been discovered. So it's this perfect tandem again where a new model unlocks just as an old one or a model finishes being designed. Perfectly. I forgot to mention, I got a lot of feedback from people who were pretty negative and made very reasonable arguments about why you should be negative about rocketry. So we'll be abandoning that pursuit. I mean, of course, we still need to muscle through the tech tree, but it won't be something. I haven't pursued rocket artillery, and now I guess I still won't. A new potential order of battle, assault infantry army. Yeah, I think I just don't like... So I have to say, it's very interesting that Vic made the staff design. I so much prefer the TOE, the Table of Organization and Equipment, that you were able to create in Advanced Tactics Gold. It was so good. And I think I really miss being able to create my own orders of battle, basically. I really miss being able to design my own templates. And I don't know what exactly the reason is that we're not allowed to. It seems like it's within the ability of a commander to dictate what his order of battle would be, but... Oh, yeah, I forgot to move this unit last turn, so... Let me just move him first, so I don't forget again. Yeah. Okay, let's get through this then. Decisions. Drills for bureaucrats proposed. Well, we have one which gives us commerce and takes away autocracy. That's basically a no-brainer. Makes everyone happy too, even better. So let's actually save that for last, just in case I offend anyone. Okay. Taxation, tariffs. human resources, and interior policies. Let me do 5% less on human resources. I don't know which ones are what stuff happens. I just don't think I need tariff policies. Yeah, I'll leave them at 5% because maybe. They'll slowly be collected even at 5%. I guess he'll get enough political points that one of the cards will be activated, then it'll just go to storage. But I honestly think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this like this. Because I don't think I need taxation policies either. Well, how about 9 and 6? Okay, confirm that, and yeah, that looks good enough.
Copy that.
Alright, got some great advice from who else? Yes. Sorry, mentioned his name too many times, but we also heard that from Gary. Cluster bombs give a, plus 50% soft attack from artillery and such like that. That is insane. So a very good recommendation, and I really appreciate it. This is good. We'll probably have to go and manually stop our economic council person as well. So he's just going to be off in La La Land doing the... I'm going to do it this turn, in fact. Oh, good, 45. I was... In my head, I had this idea for 50. Trifler came back and said that seems like... I think it was Trifler. Somebody, maybe even multiple people came back and said 50 is around a good point to stop. It varies, but I think 45 is going to be right on, hitting the nail right on the head for my own... I mean, that's where I'm happy to stop it, so... Let's go to Economic Council, call you up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want a new target. Yeah, so we have put some good points into mining techniques. I don't think that helps us almost in any way. Hydroponics is a good one. So we'll probably end up doing that. Yeah, it looks like it's the only one that makes sense. So let's do hydroponics. Alright, we're going to start doing the new mechanized artillery. Now, I have tried to use mechanized artillery. Did I use it on was it in the Dune campaign? Or was it in my, I don't know, might have been one of my private playthroughs. They're just prohibitive. They're so... Yeah, anyway, we'll get the biggest gun, because why not? And... These don't really need to move. Well, I guess they do need to move quickly because that's action points. But let's give them 50mm steel plating. It seems they should. I don't think they should be on the front lines, like in the battles. They can be on the front lines, but just not the same way we use our artillery. So we'll give them 50mm steel plating. It's, wow, maybe even 25. I mean, it's mechanized artillery. I don't think it should have armor. Now, what weight are we at? We're at 640. Okay. Guess double diesel it is. It's 695. Yeah, I mean, there's really no other choice but double diesel.
Yes, sir.
And we have no other choice but to do this one then.
Yes, sir.
How are we doing, by the way? Is there any movement on getting private careers? Man, 10% chance. It's not bad. We've had it out there for a while. You multiply 0.9 together enough times and you'll get down to 0.5. And then from 0.5 you're expecting... It's like a coin toss, or it moves in your favor. Eventually it's going to get there. Okay. What's next? Trade. I don't think there's any trade for us. Yeah, we could buy metal, but actually, I think we rounded the corner on metal. We're actually positive with 4 turns left. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to start building a soil demetallization plant
Aye, aye, sir.
in Gigoyes. This is hopefully going to be like that's it, you know. Hopefully this is sealing the deal on our metal, and then on our metal problems, and then we can start buying huge armored armies. Wouldn't that be awesome? And I probably could have, I thought about this for a while too. I probably didn't have to do this in order to start building up an armored army more quickly. That seems like a reasonable thing to say. Like, well, why don't you do that? My justification is when you're ahead, get further ahead. So we could stop here and then build our armies and, but I think that we can get further ahead in the metal research. And actually what I want to do, now that I think about it, is it raise formations time yet? Assets and construction. Okay, so we did our assets and construction, which is basically to look and realize that our metal situation is actually fantastic. So we're going to start constructing the demetallization plant over here as well. And if we see that we can get there, which I think we might be able to, if we see that we're going to be able to finish this one even at net positive. So now both of these are 4 turns left. So it's a bit dangerous in that if we miscalculated, they will both suck up all the resources and kind of deny each other metal, which is bad. But if we're in as good of shape as I think we might be, we can actually start doing stuff before these finish too. And the main thing I want to do is to raise the Zion or whatever. Or maybe raise the light armor. Sorry, it's the light armor. Because that's the one I want to upgrade. And I wanted to get a little bit of combat experience first. So just go throw it over here and put it on the front line and get it into some kind of combat. Maybe I'll even put it over here in this area, in this middle area, so it can go run around and find some targets. Or in the southwest. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Assets, city happiness. I haven't checked this yet. Yep, same as before. Strategic cards. Yeah, I wanted to mention that I do have a lot of Send Spy cards, and I hadn't really thought about... Let's do it for a moment. Where might we want some better vision? We have pretty good... I mean, we're friends with everyone. I don't know how this happened. So we actually see the 3 cities, it looks like, that Prefectoresso has. I don't know why we have such good recon. I'm not sure. One thing is to put recon on the raiders. Is this Prefectoresso? Man, they have a huge regime. Oh man, they almost stretch from north to... They do stretch from north to almost all the way to the south. That's crazy. Guess I'm not that far behind. I mean, we can look at the... No, I think I am behind. Victory. Yeah, look at that. They have 10.4% of the planet. They do have more population as well. So they have 3 cities and I have 2. And my population with only 2 cities is almost equal to theirs with 3. That's good. That's reassuring. So I think we're doing okay at least. Let me build this road. I'm going to build this road as well. Talked about doing it before, just to give these guys better supply. It doesn't look like they're out of supply yet, but this might be a place I would build a road anyway, just to connect these cities, those whatever towns. All right, decisions done, trade done, assets done, check happiness done, strategic cards didn't do anything, but just continue to admire the cards we have. Cabinet, no. Yeah, I was considering also doing one of these cards to get more fate points, because I do have a lot of things I can do with fate points. Yeah, and tons of zone cards, but most of these are fate points. So, okay. Moving on, we had build roads, which I just did, raise formation, which I'm not going to do, and over to move troops. Okay, so I think we're going to... Everything's just staying pretty static. Until we have enough... I mean, I can raise another army or something, but... Until we have more troops available to move around and defeat these raiders, all we're going to do, and we'll be able to find out here also. No return priority. Okay, so what happened last time? Wait, do I want to do... Let me just move this unit and then move him back to give better recon here. Okay, are you going to hit this time? You are. I assume do damage to the city, because that's a good thing. Raise it into the ground, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what the hell? That was a bug last time, I guess. Well, it was red, so I mean, I saw the supply dot was red, so maybe there was an ammo problem. Okay. So stuff is getting damaged, and I regret it, but I mean, I regret that it has to be this way, but it has to be this way, and I don't regret having to do what needs to be done. I just regret that it needs to be done. And that thing is to just level the entire city. So we will be inheriting a flattened city, but at least we will inherit it that way. I don't think if we don't do this, I don't think we'll ever take Losheim, especially because armors are still several turns out. Okay, now that's the west done. Yeah, again, I'm not really trying to do anything but hold my ground there, because we need tanks or something, or more artillery to move the line, which we don't have yet. So do our usual. Wow, we didn't hit a single time. Some weird stuff going on. Jeez, you gotta be kidding me. Ugh. We won? They killed 3 of our units and we killed 1 of theirs and we won? They had like no... I don't understand this game. That was what, 50 to 1 odds? What the hell? Well, let's just hope it was really bad luck, and hope that that bad luck doesn't persist. This is a great place to... If you had to spend your bad luck anywhere, that's a great place to spend it. So if that's the way this is... If that's, you know, what's happening here, I'm okay with it. Alright, so next I want to replenish some troops, actually. Trooper 3, yeah. So we're going to start producing a whole bunch of Trooper 3s. It shouldn't be too much. Yeah, 124, I think that's... 120, that's perfectly acceptable. Going to produce this many. Quite a few. It is quite a few. My motivation here is because I want to start getting them experience, and I know that they're going to go in there eventually. Okay, and let's go ahead and mass upgrade 12 of them. It's also going to take 4 metal. This might... Well, let's hold off. Let's hold off there. I mean, Trooper 2s are still worthwhile. We don't have to upgrade them. All our armies are fighting without Trooper 3s. So, alright, that's it for this turn? I guess so. So good, we made it in 33 minutes. I'm just going to call a video to a close here because it is extremely late. I've been working on this fun project, this shell trajectory simulator lately, and I'm trying to make a video for it. It's like a research project, pretty much. Anyway, it's been getting out of hand, taking up a little bit too much of my spare time, cutting into Shadow Empire recording time. So I'll see you back for the next video. Until then, hopefully it'll be quick, by the way, maybe Monday. But yeah, until then, thanks for watching, stay safe, take care.